It's no mystery that we're in the midst of an esports golden era. Like pro wrestling in the 1980s, rap music in the 90s, and internet gaming in the 2000s, esports has risen from anonymity to mainstream pop culture recognition in the last decade. Even though esports has grown substantially in the past 10 years or so, many investors are still reluctant to invest in the industry. But investment in this sector has grown massively until recent years. In today's video, we'll look into the growth of the esport industry. Let's get started. Esports makes a global revenue of $2 billion. Global esports sales reached $950 million in 2019, according to Newzoo's Global Esports Market Report, one of the industry's most reliable sources for market forecasts and analysis. With that much money involved, who wouldn't want to invest in this cash cow? Revenues had reached $1.1 billion in 2020. This was the first time the industry had ever passed the 10-figure mark. Many investors had been waiting for this moment to see whether or not they should invest in the industry. Since the goal was reached, we saw a massive influx of investment worldwide. The worldwide esports sector is expected to produce about $2 billion in sales by 2022. Insider Intelligence published this figure, saying that the current market research is backed up by this estimate. Insider Intelligence is rarely wrong, so we believe them. So how do you think these investors are making money from esports? Well, most of the esports earnings, if not at all, come from sponsorship, broadcasting rights, and media deals. Think about it this way. Imagine you bought the broadcasting rights to a Fortnite tournament. You now have the power to choose which channel shows the tournament. The sheer exclusivity of this would mean that channels and online platforms would be willing to give you a pretty penny for it. Just one of these deals alone can make you a profit of millions of dollars. In 2021 alone, we saw many sponsors start investing in esports. These include Amazon investing in the European Masters, NASCAR in Allied Esports, and Discord in Tribe Gaming. Fun fact, even the company Doritos has gotten into the esports world. Now we can all enjoy our chips as we watch e-gaming matches on Bacon Time. It doesn't stop there. Did you know that MasterCard has invested in esports companies? Can you guess where? Well, if you know the answer, a job well done. MasterCard has recently invested in the League of Legends European Championship. These major brands have poured new money and attention into the sector at top levels. This will certainly help the industry grow by getting larger venues and media distribution contracts. Mobile-first esports is the future of the esports industry. In the coming years, esports will be dominated by mobile devices such as tablets and smartphones. While console gaming remains a niche business, the great majority of consumers use an Android or iOS-based mobile device on a daily basis. Think about it. Not everyone has a gaming PC, but most people have phones on them. Investors have started to notice the gap in this market and are trying to fill it in. Investors are planning to decrease the entrance barriers to esports and make the industry more accessible to everyone. So when we say mobile gaming is the future, we really do mean it. The best way to show mobile-first esports is the future is by looking at the facts and figures. Mobile gaming accounts for 57% of the $173 billion worldwide gaming business, outnumbering console and PC gaming together. What does this mean? Well, here are two significant takeaways from this small piece of information. To begin with, mobile-focused esports companies and developers have a larger growth potential than those aimed solely at hardcore gamers like PC and console players. The second key thing is to see that the esports market as a whole accounts for less than 1% of the entire gaming market. This means that mobile esports has a significant market to share potential in the following years. Huge companies have really focused their attention on these mobile esports. How much do you think investors pay to acquire a mobile gaming company? Whatever amount you had in your head, double it. Did you know that an estimated $40 billion was used by the company Nuverse to buy out mobile gaming legend Moonton? If you don't know who Moonton are, you probably know their world-famous game, Bang Bang. The European market has the potential for growth. The Insider Intelligence piece we talked about previously found a fascinating thing. The Asia-Pacific, also known as the APAC region, is the largest in the esports business, accounting for 50% of worldwide esports viewing in 2019 and housing 1.5 billion gamers. The European market is significantly less saturated and has a large number of gamers who have yet to participate in esports. Europe accounts for only roughly $138 million in worldwide esports income. In addition to Latin America, we feel that companies targeting the European esports market have the opportunity for long-term growth, given the sector's current position in these areas. Since there is very little growth in these parts of the world, even a small amount of investment would lead to a massive growth in esports. Of course, by small, we still mean like over $3 to $4 billion, but this is significantly less than what an investor would have to spend in the Asia-Pacific region. North Zone is one such investor. They are seed stage investors. This basically means that they will provide funds to up-and-coming esports companies in exchange for potential shares of profit. Another important investor that we're pretty sure you must have heard of is Tencent. Tencent is one of the most well-known gaming and entertainment technology firms globally. It has quickly risen to become one of the world's biggest gaming vendor, with majority stakes in Riot Games, Epic Games, Fatshark, Supercell, and other companies. Live esports betting has opened new growth avenues. Okay, so we know that this is very controversial and may not be for everyone, but hear us out. Betting is one of the most recent possible revenue and growth streams in esports. The real issue comes from the fact that the majority of esport users are underage children, so of course, many parents and investors alike are wary of such organized betting. But this is not to say that betting doesn't already exist in the esport realm. On the gray market and at institutional levels, betting and gambling are already available in esports and traditional sports. This means that kids are already being exposed to such activities. What can we do to ensure that betting is done legally and without a gray market? Future collaborations between esports businesses and betting companies could allow the industry to safely oversee and supervise esports betting. These added rules and hurdles will mean that the gray market will be significantly suppressed, which will bring in substantial legal revenue at the end of the day. Social media and mainstream celebrities are definitely helping. Why do you think Fortnite invests a substantial amount in famous celebrities like Michael Jordan, Drake, and DJ Marshmello? Celebrity endorsements like the ones we just talked about seconds ago can really make or break your tournament. People are more likely to come to your event when they know that they'll be getting a Drake concert. It literally is the best of both worlds. You get to see your favorite gamers play live, and Drake and DJ Marshmello thrown in for good measure. Investors have realized that having a nice gaming event isn't good enough anymore. It's all about the experience you give to your viewers. You want them to come out of your event wishing they could go back and start it all over again. Rick Yang, an associate at NEA, a venture capital firm that invests in esports, said in an interview with Insider Intelligence that these esport tournaments aren't your plan and average matches. Rather, they are a whole event, where from the start to the end, the hosting company will ensure that their viewers are never bored. This is because they'll have multiple artists performing during the downtime. He also said that investing in esports is the dream of every major investing company. This is because you're not just investing in the company, but the other things too, such as merch and brand deals to name a few. All of this comes with vast sums of money, enough to recover the cost of investment in a few years. Esports, the next growth industry. We're living in a turbulent age in which new, fresh sectors are quickly obtaining worldwide popularity. One of these new sectors is esports. Do you remember when the NFL Super Bowl seemed to be considered the peak of sports broadcasting? Well, you'll be shocked to know that the 2019 League of Legends World Championship attracted nearly as many viewers, over 100 million viewers, contrasted to the Super Bowl's 100.7 million viewers in 2019. Investors are very wise to take esports seriously as a budding multi-billion-dollar sector, and they should look into getting in on the action while the industry is still in its early phases of development, because it will only go higher from here. That's a wrap for today's video. What do you think of the future of esports? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.